never going to live in Connecticut, never going to do long distance, whatever. Well, lo and behold, 4 months after dating, we got engaged. 14 months after getting engaged, we get married. And I ended up moving to Connecticut. It just was the right thing. I was always raised as, you go where your husband is. And that's not a weird, like, oh, please submit to your husband. Darling, please be lo and behold. No, like literally, I mean, my parents raised me in a very traditional sense, but the reason why we did that was because, or like we moved to Connecticut was, well, I was a fresh college graduate making like $18 an hour and he had the real job. He'd been in the field for way longer than I had been. So it just made financial sense. So I left my family, my comfort behind. My parents and I are very, very close. My sister and my siblings and I are pretty close. And so leaving my family in the Midwest, all my extended family, my mom and dad, everything that I knew and I loved, to move to Connecticut, a place that I had no friends. All I knew was his family and a couple of his, I kind of knew some of his extended family. I had no job, nothing. That was very hard for me. But also I knew, okay, yeah, that's hard for me, but I want to be where Noah is. I want to build a life with Noah, whether that's in Connecticut or Iowa or like, Europe. I don't care where, I mean, Europe would be sweet, but you know what I mean? Like I wanted to go wherever Noah was. And that doesn't mean that there was times where it wasn't difficult or where it wasn't difficult. I mean, there would be probably for the first 2 years, every time we'd see my parents, we'd either leave Iowa or they would leave Connecticut. I would cry every single time. And I almost felt like a little kid again, like, no, take me with you. Take me with you. Not like in a sense that I was trapped, but in a sense that I'm like, I just want my comfort because I didn't have friends in Connecticut. I didn't have that. So that was one thing specifically. But, looking forward now, we're 6.5, almost 7 years, 6.5 years into marriage. Absolutely no regrets, obviously. It was such an adventure for a young single gal because I guess technically I moved there just before we got married. And it would just absolutely no regrets. We've had such amazing experiences together, and I'm so grateful that we ended up in New England when we did. It was totally worth every little bit. A couple other things.